మీరు సార్
Hi guys, good morning everyone. Thanks for being on time. This is Shweta Shetty from the CEDLEARN. Today we have a hackathon event and Mr. Jayasuriya will take the session. And he is a data scientist and BI developer. And he's working for Prudent Technologies and Consulting Incorporated. He can lead the business intelligence team and he's skilled in Python, Power BI, Microsoft, Azure, and SQL. He can lead the business team. He received national award for a short film on students category, and also he published a short story in an anthology for an international book. And the book is Thoughts Too Deep, and I think it may useful to you people. Now I request the Surya take the session and share the knowledge to the students. Hi Surya. Now the floor is yours. You can take it here.
Good morning, guys. Am I audible? The people who are online, can you guys hear me? Confirm it.
Yes, we can hear you.
Thank you. So yeah, today we mostly just a brief about who am I, what am I doing here, and why am I here, and also next thing is that what is the relevant practices happening in data analytics field right now. So I've been in this business for the last 3 years, and what are the challenges I faced, and what are something new things I'm here to share with you guys. That's all the thing I want to talk about, and I'm gonna ask let's be interactive and what all the doubts, existing doubts you guys have, we'll discuss about it because I've been here I've been more like a student who I was a non-tech guy, did a commerce background, coming from commerce background, did a data analytics course specifically for 8 months, did my own internship, then I cracked a job, and I'm right now a data scientist right now. So I've been there. I used to have a lot of questions. So let's try to make it an interactive section, and people over online and trying the same thing for you guys. Okay. So just for introduction, who am I? I'm a commerce graduate, and so I started my career in the banking and logistics field. I was working in the sales and marketing specifically, and in the data analytics, I'm in 3 years, like experience of 3 years. Specifically in IT consulting, I'm experienced in 2 years. So I have wide experience in banking domain mostly and financial transactions mostly. And I have at present I work for a company called Prudent, which is in IT City. I'm leading a business intelligence team over there. So can anyone tell me what is business intelligence?
Giving business insights.
Okay. Okay. How do we get a business insights?
Using the data, past data, and
Okay.
looking insights,
Yeah.
analyzing the data.
Yeah. Okay. And what tools we use? Do you have any idea of business? Tableau? Anything else? So mostly a visualization tool is what we need, but the wide range of tools for business intelligence. But the market leaders are Power BI and Tableau. Anything other Power BI and Tableau? Can you guys think about it? Yeah, SQL. Okay, more of a yeah. Okay, SQL is a more querying tool. Anything else? Click.
Yeah.
Click. Looker. So we do all these things. Yeah. Okay. And so as of now, in the IT in consulting experience, I've created and delivered a lot of business intelligence based solutions, and I've architected a lot of solutions for business intelligence to get company to make their decisions, the decision making things. That's what the business intelligence is all about. Okay. And I'm very passionate in storytelling. That is the reason I've chosen data field. Like, I love storytelling, and every data analyst, every one of you should be a storyteller to take the challenge of data, and whatever data you get, you should draw an insight from it and tell a story about it. So that's what the data science is all about, right? We have data, and we have a data, and we have a business decision to be made. Like, it's waiting to be taken decision. In between, what you guys are doing, you guys going to tell the story from the data, and going to tell the story to tell, like, this is the story that comes from the data. So I like storytelling, and that is the reason I chose a data field. So everyone should be a storyteller to be a data aspirant, something like that. Okay. And I mostly during my free time, I write. I'm a writer. I write novels, scripts, screenplay. I've also, like, most of the time I also work as a I have a very interest enthusiasm in a filmmaking. So I use my free time over in filmmaking. That is how I divert, and I'll be relaxing my stress in this IT field. Okay. So it's like that's what I do. And why am I here? As of now, I've also mentored data aspirants like you guys. Like, once I gain the experience, I've been sharing my experience, and that is how I tell as a mentoring. What should I do while doing the course? What can they avoid while learning the course to make mistakes which can immediately get a job? That's what we guys are working with. It's not that okay, I'm gonna do a business. I'm here for data science. People do that. Okay? When I was learning a data science course, there was a chef from the Taj Hotel who did a data science course along with me. He said that you want to do some business, and for the business you want to do some data science. Like, you want to analyze some data, and you don't know where to start. So he started learning data science. So there's no particular domain or particular field that stops you, limits you for data science. Data is for everyone, and everyone, without knowing, we all produce data. We are a data producers, we are a data gatherers, and we are a data analysts also. Okay. So that's about me. So before I tell about what's the field, these are my favorite quotes that is relevant to the data sets that at present. It's like it doesn't matter how much data you have. It's whether you use it rightly, successfully. That's what it counts. Okay. Uh, it's like whatever business, irrespective of size of the business, if you have the data insight, if you made a proper market research with the data available on the internet, if you made a proper decision based on a data insight which has happened historically past, you have a 100% chance that you are doing something good. Okay, and third one is even more. It's my favorite. So data like a garbage, okay, because it day by day increases. It increases. There's no limit for data. It's like how garbage wastage has increased day by day. Data is going to be like garbage. You better know what you're getting into, what you're going to do with the garbage. For example, let's ask you a question. You all made a decision to learn data science, data analysis. What you guys have gathered the data that obviously you guys would have done a market research. Pretty much most of you are from engineering, most of you are from other background coming from non-tech to here. Most of them had some 5 or 10 years experience coming, leaving out experience coming for data scientists. Okay. How many of you have gathered the data and made a decision to take, okay, I've done some market research. This is the data I've collected. Statistically, the people from 21 to 25 who have done the data science course have landed in us 5 to 6, 7 lakhs of data job or 3 to 7 lakhs of job. This is the data you guys have gathered and done some research and coming to a course, right? Anything else like any experience of, okay, this was the moment I gathered the data, some experience can anyone share here? What research you guys made before choosing a data science course? Anyone?
The number of opportunities present in the market to research in the employment portals like Naukri.
So you're more of a career-based, job-oriented based. You search more of a job-oriented based. With all the resources available in online, you focused on what is the post data science education, what are the job opportunities. Anyone like to differ with your research? How did your research done different from him? What is it? Huh?
Yes, so
Sorry?
coding was
Coding. So you were more interested in coding?
was less.
Less coding. Okay. Okay, that's interesting. So you like you want to get into data with the less coding practices.
Not with coding. So
Okay. You want to develop the coding knowledge, those things.
I'm not interested in coding. So
Okay. Okay, so you are interested in more of a research thing, but not interested in coding. Okay. People who are online, can you guys give some insights at what data you collected and what decision you made from the data before getting into data science? Anyone from online? Or anyone from here? Other than these two?
As per my knowledge, sir, they're having much data in the market. Coming to this, the data analyst or data scientist are much better in the market. So that's I do, and even in going forward, then I perfecting this code, perfecting this sector. I can also implementing my own research like that. I have to.
Okay, that's great. So you want to learn the data analysis practices, implement it, and future you want to use it for your own strategy or this. That's great. Okay, tell me honestly, how many of you guys are COVID batch? During COVID, you decided that let's do a data science. How many of you that during 2020-21, okay, I'm jobless. My degree is being cleared by the government. No worries. Let's do a data science course. How many have decided it? One?
Yeah.
Two? Anyone? So mostly, I was working in a bank, and during the first COVID wave, I resigned my job. I was sitting in my house for 6 months simply. One of my friends told it, Macha, you already have some data analysis skills because I used to build my own database management in my bank, And I used to analyze the transactions of the customer. And that is how I outperform all my colleagues by doing 150% sales every month. Every month I would have a 400, like 400 lakhs, all these things. Okay. All these things I have a 400 lakhs of turnover from every one of my team. So my part is a 4 crores is my target. So I have to clear 4 crores with my bank sales. I have to do. What should I do? I can't just go, like, I can't be like other people, just call someone, sir, can you give me a sales? I have to analyze it. I have to, out of 450 customers, I chose only 100 customers. And that from 100 customers, I got 80% of the business. So when you're getting the data, I made sure that 20% of my customer gave 80% of my business. That 80-20 rule applies everywhere, here also. Then I started in my mind that that is the one that data science, like how COVID, data science things also started booming up. Then I decided, okay, nothing to lose, I'll do a course. I did a course, and followed by I landed in a job also. And that's the job I'm continuing right now. So it's just a one day decision I made, I went to data science. But unknowingly, not intentionally, I was in the data field since my bank itself. More than sales, I was doing more of data analysis. That is how I was able to perform well. So, like, without knowing myself, I was already fascinated towards data science, data analysis more of it. So, like that, a lot of my friends or colleagues who were having a lot of backlog papers, somehow cleared with the COVID, and they decided to become a data analyst, did a course, and right now they are very well experienced, very knowledgeable data analysts, data scientists, for BI developers. So there's nothing stopping you guys to become a course, take up this course. But what made you to take up the course is that's where the data comes, right? That is where data comes. And what you want to do after completing the course, that's also data comes. You want to search about what is the average salary of a data analyst. That's definitely you guys would have searched it. You guys, when during the placements or during apply for companies, you guys gonna do it a lot. And you guys gonna negotiate with your placement thing that the average market average salary is this much, but you're just providing this much. I exit for this much. So that is how we're going to talk about. You guys are talking based on a data. So before we become a data analyst, we speak data. Okay. And people over online, anything you guys want to ask till now? Okay, I take it as no because I can't any other end. Okay, this is a technical stack in my company we use, but I divided as 5 things as of now. ETL, ELT tools, data storage, data processing, data science, AIML, and BI. Okay, they're widely used tools in the market. Okay, but I'm going to come to this slide later. I'm not going to talk about this slide right now, but I'm not coming later, but we're going to have it in my presentation. Okay? So first of all, how many guys, what is ETL? Yeah, so you guys hear about it. So what is the difference between data storage, data processing? Okay. So what is the difference between ETL and data processing? Extract, transform, load is also a processing tool, right? So what is the difference between ETL tools and data processing? Can't we like do everything in Python itself? Everything can be done in Python. And why we are just using data science? Like Python is only for like data science, data analysis, or AIML solutions. Why not for ELT data storage and all? Can we do everything Power BI itself? Data storage, your Excel can be stored in Power BI. Data transformations can be back in Power BI. You can load the data in Power BI. Can we do everything in Power BI? Someone said no. But why we divide this like this? So we're going to talk about it next after 2 slides, okay? People who are online, you guys clear about this? Are they talking? Are they? Okay. So this is a slide. It's a process, okay? And stop me whenever you feel that I don't make sense. Whenever you feel like, okay, this is not what I've taught, or this I beg to differ from what I'm saying, okay? See, we have 30 members in the room. 30 members have 30 different minds. And I have 3 years of experience. I've not done engineering. So I have very less analytical minds than you guys. I'm just talking from my experience, but you guys are talking from engineering perspective. Could be talking from engineering perspective, okay? So if you guys beg to differ from me, please stop me and ask some questions, or we can have a debate over it also. Same thing applies for people who are online, okay? Yeah. Let's say that I'm a client, or today we have a hackathon, okay? I'm giving you, today I conduct an hackathon, I'm giving you a data set. What will be your first knowledge? What will be, when you get the data, see the data, what will the first thing you guys will be looking at?
What type of data?
Okay,
Checking if there are existing models.
okay. No, very before it. She said that data type of data, missing values. Anything else?
Understand.
Okay. What do you mean by understanding?
What type of data that it is?
Yeah, a type of data. Okay. Anyway, see, I'm not like coming and at 10 a.m. giving you that. I didn't know you. You didn't know me. So just come like, okay, I'm giving you data. Give you insights from me. I will not go. Anyway, I'll just give some concept. Like some insights I'll be giving you. Something about this is type. This is the I'm looking for. This data is for this. Do some insights and give it to me. That's what I'm going to give you. So 20% of your clarification is done with that. What will you do when you see a data in Excel file? When you see a data, what will you do a first thing?
Domain,
Okay.
domain is, what domain,
Okay.
So on that, we can understand, how the data was given. Like,
Okay.
The data was given like, date type.
So moreover, what you said, business knowledge, domain knowledge.
Yeah, yeah.
People who are online, what will you see? What will you do when you get a data Excel? When you open Excel file, what will you do?
Analyze.
Yeah. How do you? What is the first thing you analyze? When I open Excel file, I'll see what are the number of rows and what are the number of columns I'll do. PD like data.shape. That is the first thing we'll do, right? To understand how long is my data. Or when you open an Excel, let's say I have 10,50,000 rows. Within a minute, will it read my data? First, I'll open my file. To open my file, it takes at least 50 seconds. 1 minute. Then I'll get to know that my data size is huge. Then I'll know what am I getting into it. Data is 10 rows and 5 columns. No matter for me, I can do it in another thing. If my data is around 10 lakh rows, my mind changed according to that. It's all about data, what we look into it. I first do the data.shape. So it will tell me that 10 lakh rows, 150 columns. And out of 150 columns, only 2 columns I would be needing it. But to find the 2 columns, client will not give me that 2 columns what you should be looking at it. Client will dump, data is garbage, right? Client will dump you the data. You have to have that bird eye to look at what exactly you want from the questions and your practices. Okay, so before you did the thing, once looking at the data, what is the thought process step while looking at data? What will be the next thing you do? Domain knowledge, analysis, analyzing, business knowledge, data type, everything you guys understood. Next thing.
The data was cleaner.
Okay.
Like filling and.
So most about pre-processing work you were talking about. Anything else? People who are online? I'll be first thinking that where this data got generated. How was this data generated? Is it being human generated, whether a human typed the data, or is it being automated from any automation tool? Is it a data being collected from the machine? How is data being generated first? the data source knowledge. I'll be getting the data from Excel. The client will be getting, that is the client source. How the client would have been getting the data from? Is the client got from third party? Is the client got it from the Kaggle data set? So today we're gonna run a hackathon. Okay. Obviously, I'm not giving you from Kaggle data set. I can't give you the real life data. Okay, I can't give my kind, whatever data I'm giving you, I can't give it to you. I'll be giving some Kaggle data set. So you'll be saying, okay, by looking at this, this guy could have got it from Kaggle. You will think, right? I will be thinking, where did my client get it from this data? Will a client actually have a knowledge about his data? Or she just got it from someone and giving to me? Why should I know about how this data got generated? Why should I think about it? Can anyone tell? Let's say that I see a data, I should be thinking that why should I just think that how this data got generated? First thing, what is the frequency of my data? What is the history of my data? If this data is generated by an automation machine, let's say I punch in to coming into this office space, I punch in my data, okay? So which means every minute a data can be generated. But a data is generated. But to store it in somewhere of storage, what is the latency speed? So when I mean by latency, to the data which is generated, to store it, to this process, what was the time taken? So we all have done the Excel data. It's time for us to upgrade ourselves to think about how the data is getting generated. Earlier, what we used to do, we just used to get some data sets for learning purposes. We just pd.read CSV, pd.read Excel. That's what we used to do, right? But it's time for us to think more of it. When an interview, when interviews talks about it, you should be talking in a business perspective that he should be liking you, or he or she should be liking you guys. Because you don't think, you should think beyond the data, what you're getting in the moment. With that enthusiasm that you guys should be showing. Like does it make sense? Okay, why should I, Surya, tell me, why should I look more about, I get a data, I'm gonna build a model, I'm gonna generate the results. That's all I've been asked for, that's all I've been paid for. Paid for is right now fine. When you go for the next company or when you become a lead, when you someone coming for a doubt, that is the time that we keep all upgradation to be answered well. So whatever exercise I used to do, someone would have told me, I followed it, and I'm passing it to my juniors who I work with. And that is a very good practice step to think how the data got generated. Why it is because only based on the data generation, data collection process, we build the solutions. We build our updation schedule, the data refresh schedule. Is also yours on the data update, data refresh schedule. What do you mean by data update, data refresh schedule? Like what do you mean by data update and data refresh schedule? I'm concerned about online people because I'm not sure whether they hear me, because last time we had a good interaction over online. They can hear me, right? It's like how much data I collect in a frequency, and what is the fixed time for my data to get updated. Based on it, I should be building the solutions. Let's say I am building a Power BI based on a data 3 months before generated, and within these 3 months, data got generated, updated. I didn't care about it. What is the use of me building a data which is 3 months old? Our decision making should be happening every day, every minute process. In a sales company, let's say that every quarter they're looking at the data and they want to know how the quarter has been started. So let's say today market started with a green color. When I mean with green color, today the stock market started with a very good green color. How it started well? Why it started well? That is the question I'll be getting. So data generation is very important to know about. Data source is very important to know about. Okay. Any questions on this?
Can we now clearly see the automated or not really.
You talk to the client. You talk to the people who give your data. You will not be, say, for example, let's say the ID column. Every data will be ID column. If it is human generation, what will it do? A1 or 1, 2, 3, 11, 12, 13, or let's say the AA1. But looking at 8 or 9 unique characters in that row, we'll get to see that that ID column is generated by the system. So by that, we'll get to know that some of the questions we can answer by ourselves. By looking at the data, we'll get ourselves. Some of the data we have to ask the client. That should make sense. Which means that if you asking me some questions, see, people say that there's nothing like common sense. You can ask any questions. But in the reality, okay, if people you come and ask some questions, if for the people you go and ask like, this is common sense, why he's asking, why he or she is asking to me. Without knowing this, how can he do a better solution? People try to preempt, prejudge. That's the reality. Because with the busy, fast-moving world, for managers, they have multiple projects to mind. They can't like spoon feed us or give us each and every information. It's time that I have gone through this. Can you let me know this is correct or wrong? That is how you can go and ask. It's like I don't know Python itself, but I go and I'm a SQL. I'm a very strong SQL guy. If I don't know Python, I can go and ask them. I know SQL little. That's what I've been hired for. If I go and ask for, can I use the cast conversion or convert function? It'll be like, whatever fine you used it. Why should you ask me? That is the kind of questions we'll be getting in the real time. So we should also know what kind of questions we can ask, how much to ask. That is also a reality. Okay? So next thing is the history of data. Can I mean by history of data? Can you guess what is the history of data? Okay. Can you elaborate? Data is history, right? Data is something that happened at least 5 seconds before is what we consider. Even 5 seconds before is history. I was standing here, I moved here, I was stood here, that was history. Right? Data is history. There's nothing called real-time data. I stood here, I am now standing here. 1 second. It's not real time. Okay, when I mean by there's something called real-time data capturing. There's a terminology in thing. But there's nothing called real-time data. A data will generate, it will take at least 5 seconds to process to another step. That 5 seconds is history. That 5 seconds is latency. You guys can note like terminology like latency, history of data. You guys can note it up so that it will be when you talk to someone, you can actually use the jargons. Okay, so we should know that what is kind of history, what kind of period interval of data we're looking into it. Am I looking at the data which is from 1947, or am I looking at the data which is from 2 years, 5 years interval? So based on the interval of the data, I can make some decision. This is the market trend for last 5 years. And I'm going with it now. This is the market trend for last 3 years, 2 years, 1 year, 6 months, 3 months, 1 month, 1 week data. I can limit myself based on insights what a client needs. So very important of the history of data is going to be known, very important. Let's say that I don't have a date column itself. We're gonna know the history of data based on date column. Let's say I don't have a date column itself. How will you know the history of data? You have 5 columns. No data field, no date field is there. ID field, age, income, gender, and their work experience. That's it. You have 5 columns. What will you do? How will you know that data is history of data? You ask. That is what the people expect you. When you go through all the data, what is the historical period of this data? My first question to my client is that if I don't see the data, date field, I'll be asking that I don't see a date, but what is the historical period of this data? Okay. Let's say I have 10 lakh crores. Doesn't make sense if I have 10 lakh crores. If I can't make it as an interval, data should be interval. Only then based on it I can make some business insights. You guys understand it, or you guys think anything else?
But the degree of the data cannot solve problems like now.
What do you mean that
Without knowing history of the data, can we solve problems?
we can? Absolutely we can. But I can't know the trend of the data. Let's say that in a company, I take the employee salary. Okay. 2015 to 2020, if I have a date, let's say that date field is 20 years. That data I'm getting for 20 years. 2000 to 2020. Okay. I'll be, if you just give me without any date column, I'll be analyzing that what is the max of the income salary, max of the age, min of the age column, min of the salary, median, mean, median, mode of it. But if you give me a date field, I'll segregate the data with 5 years trend. From 2015 to 2020, this company hired a lot of people. This company paid the employees most of the salary. Will you be able to put it up without a date field? One date field can change your entire insights. Anyone by looking at the YouTube can give me the data analysis of min, max, or even Excel can do it, right? Why should I hire one data analyst for this? I should be having something that beyond what Excel can do, what the people can do, I should be having that skill. Only then I can survive in this market, in this competitive world. Okay. Next, understanding the data based on business requirement. Okay. So what do you mean by understanding based on business requirement? Based on business requirements. So whenever we start a project in real life, something called BRD, Business Requirement Document. TRD, Technical Requirement Document. Okay, we first ask the client of send me the BRD, attach the BRD. Hey, I see some discrepancies in BRD. So what is that BRD? What will be that in document, business requirements? Let's say that they got a data from client got from third party.
The document they are having they have a new column, they didn't understand about that column. Then they are clearly mentioned about that.
Nothing like this. Nothing like this. In the real BRD, what like people read, if you tell that client is a very good client, don't leave them. Stick with them. Okay. Most of the clients, what they will do is that they'll send you the data. First thing that they'll send you via Teams, via email. There will not be any proper data source, data warehouse, nothing like that. They'll send, the client is very, very lazy. The real life clients are very lazy. If we ask them, can you guys put it in at least SharePoint or Microsoft OneDrive, can you send it to me? That too much of pain in the ass, I'll send it to you in the email. That's all the best I can. If we go beyond and ask that, like this is a different process to have a student. That is why we pay for you, right? Simple answer. Nothing more than that. We can't ask more questions than that. So this BRD is what is like. They'll send you a data. 100%, it's not very sure that client will have the knowledge about each and every columns. It's our job to understand and to make them understand that this column is meant for this. Do you have any other insight than this? This column is meant for this. Let's say I give you a data set. Never happened, can you guys tell me an incident never happened between you two that you thought this column is this for this column is this for this. Did you guys think about it? Obviously, you would have discussed. Within ourselves, for learning phase, we differ a lot. The client, the middle management, the data analyst, they differ a lot. So that is why we use a BRD. We understand the data. And we also ask for the business requirement. in that business requirement, what they want, what they are trying to do with this data, what they want us to trying to do with this data. Let's say that I'm getting a contract from ESPN. Okay, for their ESPN, they want to analyze the last 20 years of the data, cricket data. They got the data from the third party, or they collected the data. There are a lot of third party firms which collect the data and sell the data, right? They got the data from it. You do the analysis part. If you do well, I'll hire you, or I'll keep you as a consulting firm. So in that time, you have to be very cautious about the data. You'll have to see, okay, this data, they only want to know the trend of the cricket, nothing beyond it. There's no business motive of it. They want to analyze the trend of the cricket, how cricket from 20 years, and they want to analyze it, and they're doing it. That's a simple business requirement. Okay, let's say that someone from Indian, let's say the Indian team, every team, every franchise has their own analyst. You guys know that, right? Like sometimes they're able to have their own cricket analyst. Cricket analyst, highest paying, like one of analysts right now. They are analyzing it. They want to know that on which ground, which field, people can hit a lot of runs. Which bowler has taken a lot of wickets. Now it is being more specified, this business requirement. So even in the same field, the business requirement can differ from client to client, manager to manager. And you will do based on whatever you get from the phone call. They will change your requirement. They will not tell you. You will be a scapegoat. I told you you couldn't do it. This is not what I'm required for. It's what I asked for. So you have to be very sure. You have to have a BRD, business requirement. Even when I give a hackathon, I give a problem statement. And that problem statement cannot be changed unless I change. Okay, in real life, it can be changed. Even at the end of the project, the business requirements can change. Even the client can't do anything about it. So anticipate the change anytime you want. Okay. ETL process. Someone just extraction, transform, load. Elaborate it right now. What do you mean by extraction, transform, and load?
I can get the data. Transforming we can
Okay.
operations, and after the operation we can load the data.
Okay, where do you extract them? Client gives you data, does not extract. Okay. 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 Super. You go to a website. In the website, we have, for example, IMDb datasets. You go to the website. No one giving you a data. You extract from them. Nowadays, IMDb stop. You go to Kaggle. No one's giving you the data. You extract the data from Kaggle. You transform the data according to your needs, and you load it to perform, or load the data to be stored. This is a simple explanation. In real life, only 20 or 30% data will be given to you. So 60 to 70% data you should be getting it from the resources available. The 20 to 30% data is confidential. You can't do anything about it. Even if you can't add it in your team's mobile, something like that. But that 70% of the data, it's on you. You can do anything about it. For example, I do a project right now. The project is based on American students' study about their studies. So what I do is that I go to the official site of American websites, American schools, and I analyze, I gather the data, extract the data from them. I do a web scraping. We call web scraping. I web scrape the data from it, extract it, transform according to how my client's database schema is. So what does schema means? What does schema means? People who are online, what does schema means? Structure. Table structure, table schema. Database structure, database schema. Data warehouse structure, data warehouse schema. Schema. or Excel, it's a schema. Give me someone, let's say that someone wants some insights with me, and I'll not be available. My colleagues call me that, hey, just tell me the schema. I'll be telling that there are 5 columns, 50 rows. This is what the schema structure remains about it. And schema is that ID, age, income, salary. So he will, for now, before I return, he will have to imagine his schema with him. He'll start doing it. We don't want 100% data of me from me to work on. Just tell me the schema, don't. Over the Teams, he'll call me and say, ask it. That's it. Okay. So that's how. So your ETL, right? Your schema will be getting it. Your schema will be processed from extraction, transformation. One kind of schema. For example, you will download 100 columns while you're extracting it. While transforming it, you will be having only 20 columns. And 20 out of 20, 2 columns you will be introducing as new. And while loading it, you will only load only 10 columns because of database restrictions. So ETL process is very important. Now, okay, is this pace is enough? Good. I mean, too slow, too fast, not making sense. Should I change my style? Good, right? Okay, next one is data or field specific cleaning and treatment of data. You told that missing requirements. This is how it comes missing. So what we used to do is that we just see the data, directly go to the field missing and missing treatment, outliers, scaling, transformations, encoding. We do all these things. But for the first phase, we not sure that whether it's needed or not. Now I will see that based on requirements. Let's say I have 40% of the column is null. What will you do if it's 40% of null? If the column has 40% of null values, what will you do? Okay, I'm giving you a cricket data. Where runs is where I'm giving a runs column. We have to pick, no other choice. How will you pick 40% of the data? Missing value treatment, like how will you mean imputation, variance imputation? Are you not manipulating your data? See, there are 2 things. With an assumption, we can manipulate the data. Runs is something that it's already been scored, it's already been processed, it's already done and did. You can't change the history. If you are changing the history, you should be very, very cautious about it. It can affect your data analysis insights. It can affect your data science model, AI ML model, what you're building it for. So your model will be overfitting or underfitting based on that. So the cleaning and treatment of data requires a lot of attention to it. Let's say that what are the times that I can do outlier treatments? What do you mean the outliers?
Data point doesn't belong to the
Huh?
data point doesn't belong to the
Okay. Okay, different. Okay. Anyone, any answer? What are outliers are? Far more than average. Okay. Far away from actual point. Okay. How do you feel that? How do you fix it far away from the actual point? It's like far from average, I can understand it because you do an average and you can see far from the actual point. How do you see that? How do you check that? I guess it is. Extreme values is what a term I was looking for. Extreme values. Far from the knowledge, is it up or down? Lower outlier, upper outlier. Extreme values is what I was looking for. Something I have data. Let's say that over 30 in Hackathon, you guys are going to perform right now. Let's say 20 people are here, 20 people are here. Average 80%, like average 25 people are getting from 80 marks. Okay. One guy got 99 marks. Other guy got, let's say that he couldn't, he just stopped it, some technical problems. Data got closed, so he didn't perform well. Whatever he performed, he just scored 50 marks. So it's 50 and 90, 99 outlier. But can you change it? Can you, like, okay, there are outliers in my column. I should not have outliers. That's what the people business recommended. We should treat outliers. Can I change it? Huh? Replace is something changing it. No? First of all, can we change it? 99 marks is that student actually scored. If you are taking that decision, you have to be cautious about it. There's nothing wrong about a treatment of data, okay? It's based on how well you come to close to your end solution. I can think that I can change the data, I can give a model to my client, and client says, okay, this is super. Client will take it. Client will not know that what is the problem coming in future. Future he or she will give me a call that, hey man, whatever the bill in analysis you built, it's not good. Give me my money. It has happened. Lively, I've seen a lot of things. Client will after call some 2 or 3 years, it's like what I work with you is not good for me. As per agreement, I'm not satisfied. I'm not gonna extend you or give me my money. That's what will happen. So when you work of something, treatment of the data, you should always consider about the future things, not the present data. The futuristic of the data also matters a lot. Futuristic scenarios or situation about your solutions. Okay. And what are the other pre-processing techniques you will do? Missing value treatment. When I mean treatment of data, what is it? Treatment of data, what is it? I spoke about missing values, outliers. What are other things? Anyone? So what? How long you guys are learning? Oh, for instance, it is bad start. How long you guys are learning about the Python, or how long you guys are learning about? Huh? So definitely treatment of data has been taught to you. So there's something on scaling. Transformation. Transformation in data. See how I transform. Someone told normal distribution here. Normal distribution. What do you mean by normal distribution? Okay. So instead of taught you will, you guys are not answering. So when I mean by normal distribution, can you imagine a normal distribution real life data? 100% not. 100%. If you are getting a normal distributed data, you're lucky. You are the luckiest person of a data scientist in the world. You will not be getting a normal distributed data. But should you make it as a normal distributed? There's no 100% sure that we will be getting a normal distributed data every time. So you're going to talk to the client that this is not normal distributed. These have a lot of ups and downs. Should we want to proceed with the same thing, or should we transform it or not? So everything, if you're transparent with your colleagues, your manager, your client, that's it. Your process is done easy. That is how, when we do a project, in a project like in a real time, like in a hackathon here, we do a single person, like individual thing. Sometimes projects will be individual only. One project will be led by only one guy. One project will be handled by only one guy. Huge project will be handled because of resources. Because of money, the people will be like, I can't give you more resources, you do it. You can't have any backup. At that time, how transparent you are with your manager, how transparent you are with your process, how transparent you are with the client makes sense a lot. Okay. Next is data update development study. I've told you guys about it, but what do you think about the data update development study? Give me some examples.
Yeah, adding data.
Yeah, adding data. What is it called? Insertion, data insertion, inserting data. There's something called upserting the data. What I mean by upsert? UPSERT, upserting the data is very important. So upserting data is I already have a data. And let's say that I got a new data right now. I already have 1000 rows. Now I got 1010 rows from my client. extra 10 rows hold on. How should I add this 10 rows hold on? Should I just truncate all the 1000 rows and add again the 1010 rows to this table? That's also a good approach. That's also an approach. You can follow it. But wasn't it a time consuming, time computational expensive? So I will write an absurd function via store procedure SQL or Python code. I'll write an absurd function that whichever data is not there from only 10 records, push it 10 records ago. And maintain the time of when this data got pushed, date and time of it. So I got to know that this data has got updated at this date and time. That is called data update. What do you mean by refresh date? You update your data, you observe your data, you automate this process. There's nothing is manual in the when you get out of and when you get into real world. Okay, real world there's something there should not be nothing manual process. Everything should be automated. So your data update should be automated. Let's say you update your data here. Your data is being referred to Power BI online. How will you go and refresh your data over there? So you fix a schedule. Every 30 minutes, connect Power BI. You're gonna direct it Power BI to command. Every 30 minutes, connect to the database, run this view again, and take the updated data. That's a 30 minutes refresh schedule. 30 minutes can be 5 minutes, 15 minutes, 25 minutes, but never a real time. Even a 1 minute delay is a delay. There's nothing called real time. According to me, people will beg to differ from me. A lot of experts will differ from me. I'm understanding nothing called real time data. And I have my own reasons for it. And I'm very strong in it. But people way over experienced than me will have like this guy is talking about bullshit, don't believe it. That's all it takes. So it differs from everyone individual person to person, okay? So what is getting a story from data? What do you mean by getting a story from data? What you have been hired for in this process? Right. Insights. Client said that client will just data migration project. Get this data from here, do the automation process, push the data here, make the automation of this, then bye, chalo, bye, take care. That's how the client will tell. But whatever data you're getting it, you should get a story from your data and present it to the or present it to yourself first, whether this makes sense or not. Present it to your manager, present it to your colleague, present it to your co-learners, present it to your client. Hey, this is how your data is right now. I get some insights. Do you want to do some insights from this? You're giving another option to your client. The client likes you a lot. So always think futuristic. Okay. Like for example, I'm here. I gave you a story about it. You like me or not, it's up to you. Okay. At least I'm giving a different perspective of story. That day, this guy, I forgot his name, but he told a story. You will remember it. That's how client will remember. Client will never remember our names. They just come to remember on this time. I worked on this project called the ABC. At that time, that guy gave me some data and said, I think I have to contact him. That's it. That's how the real world people remember. Nothing to go with names. All your work speaks there. No, not your names and everything. Power of visualization. So these two are kind of tagged ones. Okay. So you getting a data, but how do you get a data? How do you get a data? How do you tell a story? If we have 1 lakh of rows and 150 columns, I can't be just telling it if I are showing a tablet format. Even I will be bored if someone tells me like that. By seeing just the numbers, Excel, I'll be getting headache. Power of visualization. You draw some insight, you make that insight as a visualization, present it to the people. That is why I have made myself expertise in business intelligence, more than data scientist or AIML. I want to tell a story. And I can get a story, but to tell a story, I need power of visualization. And while telling the story with the visualization, I feel I'm creative, innovative, and presentable, and I can be attractive if I do well. So always have a knowledge of visualization. matplotlib, cbond. So which is the powerful, matplotlib or cbond? Okay. But you guys know that cbond was born from matplotlib.
Yeah.
NumPy is powerful or pandas is powerful? Pandas is what we use a lot.
Yeah.
NumPy is the significant one. So computationally know the knowledge of what you guys are doing. Okay. Like only if I have a visualization, I can tell better story. It's like telling a story to an actor and making it as a film before the Lord. That is why we see a lot of flop movies. Recent movies are a lot of flop movies because something would have told to an actor, something would have staged in the filmmaking, and something would have happened with it. I go for shoot locations, I go for film section. People will be like that's the story you told for. This is the story you're taking for. So the difference, right? That's a lot. Last thing is that statistical insights and inferences. So what do you mean by statistical insights and inferences? What do you mean by statistics? The last point, people from online, can you guys talk at least now? Numerical, okay. Anything else? Huh? Okay. Anything else? Yeah.
In stock market, the share price will go and down. If we take from history to from past to future, then we can see the statistics where it goes and where it goes. Without statistics, we cannot predict it. So that in that case, statistics.
So what do you do in statistics? Now you told me that what is statistics? What do you do with statistics? You do analyze. Now tell me that what are the things you do with statistics? Like if I ask for statistical insights and references, what do you first think you will do?
It's not necessarily we predict.
Mean, median, mode. Mean, median, mode. Simple things you guys will mean, median, mode, right? What is the like everyone will have their own terminology for statistics, right? Well, according to you, what is statistics? How do you term statistics? Analysis on information, analysis on fact. Okay. Whether that fact is right or wrong, we never know. We do statistics, whatever information we get. First of all, what is data? Huh? What is data? What is data? Don't go technical. Tell me what is data. Observation. Okay. Okay. Observation. Observation is one word. One time you're telling. Collection of information. Collection of observations. Yeah. Yeah. Collection of information, collection of facts. But we never tell fact. Fact is something that right and accurate. But whatever information we're getting it, we never know it is correct or wrong. We get data. Data is garbage. End of the day. Data is like bullshit. But whether to make it a right out of it, wrong out of it, we never know. While process, we can figure it out. Right? Statistical inferences. You prove that this data can be up to a mark can be correct. We have statistics, we're going to prove it. We do a lot of tests, statistical tests. Okay? C test, T test, ANOVA test. Lot of it actually. So what are the tests that use statistical tests that you guys know for? Correlation. Okay. Okay. If I give you two numerical columns, age and income, what will you do? What statistical thing you will do? Yeah.
That's one kind of a observation.
Observation.
That's one kind of.
Yeah, I asked for statistical test right now. What is it? Is correlation. What is the limit of correlation? -1 to +1. If it is below 0, what does that mean? Negatively impacted correlation. There's nothing called no correlation. If it is -0.8, it is strongly negative correlated. No strong nothing. If it's below 0, it is negatively correlated, which means the bar is getting down, but there is a relationship, right? Nothing you can tell. If it is less than 0, can you guys confirm it? Is it not correlated? No. It is related somehow, but negatively related. Without this column, this can do well. If it is strongly correlated, you can definitely use it for that. What is the limit of covariance? Why we prefer correlation of rather than covariance? Extent and relationship. So what is the limit of covariance? Infinity. Via covariance, the test we do, we can understand whether it is going positively or negatively. That's it. But to understand the strongness of the thing, we do correlation. So right now I give you two numerical columns. One categorical column and one numerical column. What test you will do? One categorical column, one numerical column. What test you will do? First of all, why do you do the test? To check if there's dependency between these two columns. That is why you do a test. Okay. So recently I got a data from a junior. Junior just came to me and said he was looking at the data, and he showed me some column, salutation column of the client. Okay, client customer data salutation, and there is a gender column. Then we got to know that one of the column is being humanly generated. After all the data got it, then I got to know that based on a gender column, the salutation column has been created. If gender is M, it's Mr. If gender is F and marriage status is Mar S, it's Mrs. or Miss. Let's say that the gender column is something mistakes have happened. Human error mistake, computer error mistake. Let's say Caroline is a name. Caroline can be both male or female. Satya, male or female. Now system can take it as a wrong information. But if the gender is wrong, salutation is also wrong, right? So while looking at the data, you guys should think about, is this column an independent column or dependent from the data? That is how the hackathon will also work like. Okay. So statistical information, I was telling that, so we do Z test, T test, one-sided T test, those things and all. Okay. If I give you, even that for that we have a limit. In one category column, there are two categories you can do, up to two categories you can go for T test. If it is more than 2 or 3 categories, you can go ANOVA, analysis of variance. And 2 categories, the chi-square test. Could be an advanced thing. Don't think much about it. You learn about it, but I have this thing that you should be doing a statistical test for sure. To find when you guys are building a model, AIML model, you should do a statistical test. Okay. Any questions from this thing? I took more on this slide. Sorry about it, but any questions on this slide? Was this great? Are you guys having fun or am I boring you guys? Okay, so I get a data. I look at the data source. Is it being given from the client? Is it generated by the client or is it being generated from there? I get the data. I see history of the data. What is the periodical that data differs from? Ranges from 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. I look at the data. So 2 important things are covered. So next, what it is that is the data aligned to what the business requirement is. or should we require more information of data based on business requirement? I should know the business requirement to understand the data also. It's let's say mutually independent. So you guys learn probability, right? What do you mean by mutually independent? Without one thing, another thing cannot mutually dependent. Then I got, let's say that this data is enough. Should I get more data? That is the time I get ETL process, extract data from it. Let's say I don't want to extract. The data what I have is sufficient. I'll be transforming data what I have, I'll be loading the data. This is now, I understood the data. I have not got into a solution yet. I have not even started at zero. I've come to zero. Then I'll go on data specific, field specific. What should you do? The mean, median, mode, data treatment, missing value treatment, dot decimal, dot sum. Everything I'll be doing. The only then I'll be doing it. Next thing I'll be doing, okay, I built a solution right now. What if the data gets updated in future? Will my solution be dynamic to future data also? And once I build it that, I should be presenting what I've done with this data. What am I going to do with this data? What did I learn from this data? What is something that very fascinated to me that I'm giving you? I'm presenting to you. Hey, something I've noticed very clearly. There's 100% sales in for this company. It has mentioned 100% sales. When I went to it, all the sales have been crossed more than 1 crore. Great, right? I'll be giving an insight. I could see 50% drop in the profit. Good. I went and searched for it. Then I got to know that the CEO changed. That CEO is not a good fit for this thing. The CEO decision affected the profit. I told you a story. The recent movies with all the stories. Right? One story, the CEO changes the story. The entire thing, that's the thing. And I tell you that with the power of visualization. I make a visualization out of the data. I present it to you. So that you can by looking at it, okay, this category, let's say 1 to 25 is the age category companies look for a lot. 30 to 35 is what companies pay you for a lot. By the time only 30 to 35, people get a lot of salary. Comparing 21 to 25. 5 years before. But now a 25-year-old guy earns with 4 lakhs, 5 lakhs from IIT. People with 31 to 35 earns only for 1,50,000. Timings have changed, trends have changed. I tell you a story. And I do statistical research only if I'm going for data set. I do statistical, mean, median, mode, all about statistics. But beyond that, if I want to understand the dependency of the fields, I do statistics. Summarize. Any questions on this field? Anything that strikes your mind? Okay, after looking at this is for something bothering me. After you tell me, Surya. But can you elaborate this on this point? Anything like that? Anyone? You should be have a lot of questions, but something I'm gonna ask for. But anything that's top of mind that I think that this bothers me a lot. How should I take care of it? Something like that. You will be having a lot of questions in future about this one. Data risk. Okay, in future you'll be getting it. In future you'll be getting it. In future you'll be getting it. When you work on it, this is not a one-time process. This will be changing every day, can be changing. I have been working on a project which I started last June. And till February, there hasn't been a time that project requirement got changed. Every week the business requirement will change. Every week, according to the business requirement, I'll change my code. I'll change my SQL query for procedure. So you will be seeing a lot of things from this. Any questions from this? People who are online, any questions? Yeah. Reference schedule. Okay, let's say that reference schedule said I automate the schedule process. Let's say that let's take an example of Power BI. I build a data visualization. I put the Power BI in online. Okay. When I should not be intervening. There should not be the manual process. I make an automation process that refresh the data with every 30 minutes and get the updated data. So that you or using the data can see the live or updated data. Clear? So people are online, I'm not sure, like any questions from me. So should I go for next slide? Just one more slide is like that's it. We're done. This is a very important slide which I always, wherever I go, I'll have this slide. I'll never change this slide. This has been the same thing for last 1 year, 1.5 years. Okay. How to approach a client. Let's say I'm giving a hackathon, but don't think it's hackathon. It's a project you're getting into. Treat me as a client. Treat me as a client, which is I'm the one coming to you for. I'm the one who is in a need that I'm coming to you for. I have more necessity than you guys. If not me, you guys have multiple clients to approach and get it for. If not you, I have multiple consultancy firms to get it for. But I've chose you, I'm coming to you. You should be very clear with me. You should deal me very well. You should approach the clients very well. Preparation. Let's say that you have some questions, or you're getting into a meeting with the client, or you expect a client to come to talk to you. You should always prepare for what you're talking about. Who are you talking with? Let's say at one meeting, just a director of the company comes. Second meeting, the CEO of the company comes. So you should not be just talk to the way that how do you talk to the director. You should talk to CEO because CEO makes a decision. At the end, you build your data insights, you build a solution based on what decision can be taken for CEO. Right? So he's the ultimate boss over for client company. He'll be talking to you. So always prepare what questions you have, the insights you have, the topics you want to discuss with. Always prepare for a call, prepare for a meeting, prepare for a session. You come to this hackathon session. What did you prepare for? Today morning, like whenever I had hackathon in my college, I tend to go to the basics first. That pd.read Excel will be doing good, but encoding errors is equal to false. Those things I'll be learning first because we tend to forget it. In real time, you can always go and Google it. Okay. It's like once ChatGPT has come, it has helped us a lot. There's never been a time that, but let's say that when I was learning ChatGPT, when I was learning data science, if ChatGPT was there, I would not become a data scientist at all. Strong suggestion is that don't use AI tools till you get familiarized with topics. Don't touch the AI tools till you familiarize with topics. Okay, because after a point of time, if I have some doubt, the debugging skills will go down if you go for AI things. Before that, I'll go for Stack Overflow. I'll go for Geek and Geeks. People will say a lot of things about it. There will be multiple things to try. I'll try a lot, then I'll come to a solution. Now, if I just go for ChatGPT gives me something and I'll apply with something, that's a day is done. I'll be chilling with my friends, that's it. But I'll never learn something. I never gone through anything. So always prepare, be ready with the results, have it as your own results. If you're presenting something, it should be from yours, or you should be familiarized with it. Next thing, proper research understanding of topic. Like whenever you're coming for a thing, when you upload something, let's say that today I'm giving you a cricket analysis. That is what a data set is all about. I'll be talking about that also. Cricket data set. You want to do proper research about it. I gave you data. Research and development is required for every process. Looking at data, you're going to research about the process. You're going to research about the data. You're going to research about the field. What are you getting? A column. Let's say I gave you a column called SAI. What do you mean by SAI? You should not come and ask me directly. You should go surf about, be resourceful. What is it? Then you'll get to know a student aid index, social security number. Those are things the US terminologies. Because more or less, we're going to be work for US clients. The IT consulting revolves around and they are going to be most of the US clients. And what we learn is for US clients. You can ask me why the US people are not preferring, they have a lot of people, why they can do. Because some people of yours, they hate tech, they hate engineering, but they are very good innovators, but we are good engineers here. Okay, simple thing, they are more business oriented people. That is how they, even offshore, offsite, they recruit people and they work with. Because we are good at max, people say like that. We are more of labor kind people, we work a lot. Simple, right? So research your topic, understand topic before you talk anything to it. Because people, the client may not know the Python, or client will know more than you. You'll be done. If I say that I looked at a mutual fund, that mutual fund is giving me 20% return. If a client knows very well, I'm bluffing, dude, which mutual fund will give me 20% return in 2 months? Why are you bluffing to me? If you want sales, talk with proper numbers. If or other one, if the client who doesn't know anything, he'll be like 20% off. Okay, I'm scared. There's no one told me 20%. Should I believe him or not? I'm just giving a basic example. Client can be dumb, client can be super intelligent than you. So be specific to the client. Detailed and direct explanation. Always be direct to the point. Client will never like the bullshit pushing around, taking time around. Be specific to the point. If you ask me the questions, Surya, I differ with you. I don't understand that what you're talking about. Can you explain it to me? Please. Be humble with it. That's it. And always, what happens in real time, let's say that I run a firm, you run a firm, clients want to choose between us. I know that I can complete this project within 4 weeks. I'll tell only 5 weeks because I under promise and over deliver. I'll tell us a 5 week, I'll complete in 3rd week itself. Clients gonna like me. Something like, let's say that I promise them that for 4 weeks of project, if I tell that it will be done in 3 weeks, if I take 5 weeks, that's over promise and under delivery. That application in everyone's life. Always under promise and over deliver. People like you about it. In data science field, important. Constant updates. So it's like we are in a field of knowledge based thing, okay? So whatever we used to learn, whatever we used to think that is what the updaters want. It's not updated at all right now. 3 months before there's something else. So 6 months before we had 3.5 GPT. Right now we have 4 GPT. GPT-4 version is there. And if you use for 3.5 GPT, we are not a good updated people right now. So there's something called generative AI, is a new term. What is, we all know AI is term. What is generative AI? Research about it. So be updated. When I mean by constant updates, how will you be constant updates? Let's say, how will you update yourself the current affairs of a nation? How will you update yourself? No? Sorry? Reading newspapers. Great. Looking at news channels. Instagram, InShots app, Instagram news channel followings, YouTube. Similarly, we have a lot of things for data science, data analytics. Let's say that I analyze myself that for a longest time of time, I just scroll Instagram, I just scroll the actors, I just scroll. Then I decided that I'm just waste. If I open Instagram, I'm gonna spend at least 2 hours in it, right? I wasted 2 hours. It's not that in that 2 hours I'm gonna learn. Obviously not. I'll be lazy. At least I could have done something. I could have taken a bike ride. I could have talked to my mom. I could talk to my sister. I could spend time with my family. I just spend on Instagram. So what I've done is that I have followed a lot of actual data science pages, SQL related pages, Python related pages. This kept me updated. This kept me occupied only to think about data science when I was looking at a job. And I spent a lot of time in LinkedIn. Than Facebook, and I spent a lot of time in LinkedIn. Spend your time in LinkedIn. Spend your time in Medium. Something called Medium. Do anyone of you know? Medium is a data science or IT technical newspaper, online thing. It's a blog website. People like me, or people like experienced people, or people like freelancers, people like who are learning, who wants to show their or showcase their talents or their learnings to the world, they go to Medium map. Towards Medium is a blog website. They write blog about it. and they would publish it so that anyone in the world can see it. So subscribe to Medium, be active on LinkedIn, have your circle, connections, network. Networking is a key if you want to get into a job. At least 80% of your aiming for jobs, right? There's something that I want to just learn. Can be people, 5% to 10% here. 80% of people you want to get into a job. Be active on LinkedIn. LinkedIn can be very powerful if you use it very well. Be active on LinkedIn, be active with the companies that you have, follow the page, the company pages. Let's say that, well, I was applying when I was just completed data science, or when I was about to complete data science, I didn't know which company I was applying to it. I applied 20 companies in a day, which is good and bad. I applied at least 10 to 15 companies a day so that I can get a call back from one company. If I apply for 100 companies, I'll get a call back for 2 companies. Simple. So let's say that you and I are interview panel. You and I are very good data analyst skills, but you are coming from engineering background. I'm not. Based on the interview, well, the interview results will change, right? But I can compete it all along with you. There was a time that I have been discussed, I've been settled the package and everything was right, but I've been sent off letters, sent t-shirts, sent laptop. But everything got taken back because of like the technical field, the interview panel, let's take only students from technical field. In that case, I will not be angry on them. I should be angry because I've not achieved or I've not overperformed the engineering graduate. I should be overperforming in that. Or obviously, even if I am an interviewer, I'm not a typical engineering guy because he has studied engineering well. Why should I go for a commerce guy who just doesn't have any experience of maths and physics and chemistry? Or any analytical mind like M1, M2, no maths background. Why should I pick him? If I can outperform him, if I can, what is the covariance formula? If I can ask you what is covariance formula, you should be ready to answer if you're a non-tech graduate. That's how you have to perform in interviews. I've been asked multiple times what is the covariance formula? What's the correlation formula? So there are multiple correlation formulas. I'll tell you at least one. At least I'll have some probability to get into selected it. So LinkedIn, Medium, as of now, is the important thing that right after this session, you guys have to, if you don't have LinkedIn profile, create it right now. If you have LinkedIn profile, make a professional picture, make proper cover picture, make proper bio, make proper education, skills and everything. Keep your profile ready. At least post twice, write any content blog, at least post twice in a week. Follow HRs. HR will be notified about your process. Then at the end of the time that you can open the LinkedIn and do that. I'm looking for jobs. Obviously, I've been looking at a name in LinkedIn for a lot of 6 months about his process. If he's open for a job, I'll be approaching him. I think that he's a good candidate for my company. I'll pick him up. So be updated, be very updated in LinkedIn and Medium app. It's like everywhere I go for sessions, everywhere I go for mentoring. Are you active in LinkedIn? No, yes. If no, please do. Learn, be updated in Medium app. Write your own blogs, publish it. If you write your own blogs, you should be at least spending 5 days for it. We are new people, new bloggers. So the content we write, first what we'll do, we'll write a code or we'll write something in data science. We'll send it to our friends, we'll send it to our best colleagues. We'll ask them whether it's good or not. Then we'll do it. To do that, you will do a research. When you do a research, you explore a topic. It will take at least 2 or 3 months for you to forget it. For 3 months, it will be in your mind, so you update it. That's a positive of writing a blog about or writing a content of what you know. Write a content. Understanding of the business. Without knowing your business, like domain knowledge is the key, business is the key. Without business, I can be a very good programmer, coder, knowledge of data science, Python. I can even have a knowledge of writing my own library and publishing it. Without knowing a business, if I do all these things, I'm just an ordinary programmer with no domain knowledge. That is what I've been hired for. In my company, they were looking for business-minded people. So that coding can be learned by anyone if they spend time. But business can be experienced. Business will be experienced. You should spend time to learn about domain knowledge. If you can give me time, I can learn any business, at least the basics of business, within 5 days. That is what they are asking for. That's what the data analysts, data scientists right now in most of the companies are not doing properly. So you should be on point with the business. Okay, this is the hackathon. I'll tell you, like, okay, I'll share about the thing. The word is what I'm looking for. Now, word again. Okay, you guys can. While we getting at this, whatever slides I've told you, was it meaningful or was it like something new to your? Yes. Something awakes you. Yes. Something like what I trusted, I saw a lot of people not taking notes. Okay, I was not taking notes. Only few were taking notes. Okay, so take notes. Like that's what always anywhere in a notepad, even if you're taking notes in mobile app, I wouldn't mind. You should have taken your mobile or laptop. Take notes. Sometimes or not, that guy told on that day or something I forgot. It's spark in your mind. You would have listened 100% here. I have a bad memory. I have very bad memories of names and everything. I'll write it somewhere. Something that you can guys take notes. Take notes, that will be a habit. So keep it habit ever. So I hope session going well. Like this is not going well. You're not bored, something like that. Okay. So this is going to be hackathon. Okay. The data set is all about cricket data sets. So there will be two data sets will be shared to you. One will have every match information. For last 2002 to 2020. So almost 20 years of the data, every match information. Okay. What is the match? Who was the team? Like what are the team? Who won? What is the result of the match? That is one data set. Another data set for all the matches who played for 20 years, every ball by ball scenario will be there. India versus Australia at 2015 World Cup. Ball 0.1 ball, who played? 0.2, who played? What was the run score? So what you're expecting on data is more than 10 lakh crores. Have you guys ever worked more than 10 lakh, more than 10, like close to 10 lakh crores earlier? Earlier? Okay. And there can be a situation that our laptop specifications will not be compatible with that. I agree to it. Okay. Never let it stop working. Either work in Google Cloud. Okay, you always have Google Cloud. Go for online compiler. For IPONB, what is IPONB? Can you guys tell me? What do you mean by IPONB? Okay, what is the full form of IPONB? What is IPONB? IPONB. You guys working in Python for the last 2 minutes. Yeah, we never do that. To know what is IPONB, I answered my 4th month. In the interview I've been asked for this. I didn't answer well, so they're asking more questions. They say thank you, bye bye, Charu. So whatever you're working with. For example, when was Python formed? Research report. Who found Python? There's a funny incident of when Python was formed. The funny incident, why Python was named as Python. So these are the topics that like why do you like Python? So like I asked like why you like Python? One guy and interview answered me that I like the word Python, sir. Something different from what other programming knowledge. Can you ever imagine that everyone will be afraid of snakes, but we are doing Python code? That day has some different thinking, right? I like it. I asked one question. Python is very important, so Python is very important for life. But I know. So if people's perspective changes, the attitude is what people carry all about. When I interview people, I don't interview for talents, I interview for characters. I don't want someone who can only work, not to be interactive with others, not to talk to others, not to be collaborative with others. I will not be having a team there. I want characters that who can build a team, take responsibility, build a team together. Right now, I'm building a business intelligence team, both on-site and offshore here. Let's say that tomorrow I'm starting my own company. I want characters like that. If I'm doing freelance, I'll be taking someone around me only whom I'm comfortable with. So we have to be giving that assurance to everyone. And yeah, what is IPOID?
Interactive Python.
Interactive Python. What is the another main extension of Python? .py. In real life, there's no IPY when you submit to the client. It's always going to be .py files. So make a note of it. These are the very important ones. Only .py files will be submitted. There's no IP. You can't submit an IPY file to a client or to the manager. It'll be like, where did it come from? .py. So all these things, this will be taught you when you're getting to a company. But if you're having this knowledge prior, you have a better opportunity than others who don't have it. Okay. So let's get like 10 lakh gross, right? Something go Google Cloud and everything that you try to accommodate all of those. Google Cloud is there, a lot of honor is there. This not data is not a confidential thing. So you can always use it. Don't just depend on your company's your system RAM. Okay. Okay. So first of all, whatever data are getting it, two data sets. First, do a descriptive assets. What do you mean descriptive assets? Data set data.info, data.describe. For data.describe will be work for numerical. How will it work for categorical? For categorical columns, you will not having min, max, and all. How will you do a data.describe for categorical columns? Data.describe object is equal to obj is equal to look for this. Look for this. Okay. So these are things, and all the data.shape, data.describe, and you try inference the bottom. So if I have been given the data set, I'll start from SQL. But since the time constraint region, Python is more competitive path. Since you don't have to store the data in somewhere else, you can go for Python. But I'll be starting this from SQL. When you guys have time, do this in SQL. SQL is very important. Okay, without SQL, you can tell yourself data scientist, but without SQL knowledge, if you tell your data scientist, you're not a data scientist. So, and below are the questions. Okay, I'm just putting a point that whatever and apologies. These are not questions. Okay, as a terminal, these are not questions. These are scenarios. These are problem statements. Statement 1, scenario 1, scenario 2, scenario 3. Call it like that. Don't tell them questions. The question to like get over the topic, terminology. Tell us a scenario 1, scenario 2, scenario 3. Right? Okay. So for all the scenarios, problem statement, there should be what this or only analysis. Okay? No transformations. Couple of things where feature engineering is required. I'll tell you that. But all these questions, whatever analysis you are making, it should be supported by visualization. And inferences should be like for this problem statement. How many matches India played from 2002 to 2023? You should be writing the information at the comments. In your cell, you should be writing it. Write it. Okay. Number of matches that the team have lost the toss and won the match. So there's a combination of more things are here. So people who like cricket will like it. People don't like cricket. At least they will make an effort to understand the cricket, how tough cricket is, how jolly cricket is. I don't like cricket, but I like to analyze the cricket. I'm more a football player, so chill. Okay. So these are the questions, and if I go, so pretty much questions are the same, but the process will be different. Okay. Number of matches the team lost at home. Number of matches the team lost at away. So for these two questions, if you understand the data very well, if you have a domain knowledge, you don't have to do a feature engineering. But if you don't know the domain knowledge, if you don't look at the data well, you have to do a feature engineering. With feature engineering or without feature, it's your choice. But do it. If you do a feature engineering, it's going to take you time. If you don't want a feature engineering, observe the data, have a domain knowledge, you can easily do it. Okay. If you know cricket well, if you look at the TV screens while cricket was showing us, you'll understand, you will do it easily. I've given you a hint. Okay. Next. All these things down. So all these, let's say that till the 11 or 12, I guess. So what is DL? That was level for that. I'm just giving you, okay. Sometimes it's DLS, but moreover it's DL. From 13th question. Okay. From the 13th question, it's from the 13 to 20, 18 is from the second largest data set, 10 lakh rows. I'm giving you a hint also. So you can focus on that part. This is the hardest question from all these things. Can you guys read about these questions? While looking at the cricket match, it just fixes. But beyond it, there's a lot of analysis happening. Now we get to know how tough the cricket analysis is all about. If still you're interested in it, if it's fun for you, you are a real analyst, apply for SRH fantasy, they'll pay you some 10, 12 lakhs, settle the life. But build the knowledge of it first. Okay? Or if you're someone's Virat Kohli fans, become a better analyst, go for RCB, at least get RCB a cup. Okay? No chance, sir. It's like I'm from Chennai, so you know who am I supporting with? It's either CSK or SRH. So my native is my mother tongue is Telugu, but I'm from Chennai. So either CSK or SRH. RCB is a rivalry enemy. Okay. So this is the hardest question. Spend some more time on this. Okay. When I say hardest question, just for example, if something feels hard for you, take a pen and paper. Write down your thought process first, looking at the data. Second thing is that these are the columns. Can I go with this column to that column? Whiteboard session. I have a whiteboard session with you. This is the thing. I'll also talk to them. This is the question. You can collaborate with yourself. One guy can do it in 2 minutes and can go. Other guy can do it in ChatGPT, can go. But if you can really think about this process, thought about the process, it's like Wednesday is the time that I built this question. I immediately got to know this hard question. So there's no solution with me for this right now. It's about all about it because it's all about analysis part. It's not something that new transformations as per the rule you have to go. One can have one analysis. For example, in Python, we have pivot table, pivot table, group by. Both are going to do one thing only. So it's what everyone's approach you want to take it up. I can do a group by for this. I can do a pivot table for this. I can do a dot melt function for this. Anything. So options are plenty. So you guys can choose whatever it is. Whatever questions you guys feel tough. This is the hardest question ever. It's going to be good for us. because there's a lot of 5 or 6 columns you guys gonna combine and work into it. So from 13 to 14, you guys can work from the second data set, 10 lakhs whole data set. We don't before with all from first data set. Like first data set name is ODI match info. Second data ODI data info. Okay, I've given you. So I'll also talk to them, collab. Even if you guys have one comment session, you can have clear it out. Like if it's hackathon, it just generally mean it should be a proper exam, right? Be more creative and while innovative while writing code for this. And I don't have a solution for this yet. Last time gave a solution, this time I don't have a solution. So it's whatever you guys feeling right. And up to mark how well you visualize it, how well you write your inference inside, how convincingly you write it, that's gonna make you good. Okay. I think so. Where's the PPT? Anna PPT. PPT may open. Mali open the word. PPT presentation. PPT presentation. Download చేస్తారు ఒకసారి డౌన్లోడ్ చేస్తారు డౌన్లోడ్స్ చేయండి ఇది దీని కదా ఇదేంటో ఇది ఓపెన్ చేయండి So this is summary. This is summary of what we gone through. So I spoke about myself. This is I spoke. Let's go about technical stack. Very important. Okay. ETL reality tools. Wide range used in market. These two advanced Azure Data Factory. Please make a note of it. If you know Azure Data Factory, you are a 100% data engineer. People are dying to give you salary, good salary for it. In and out, if you have to know Azure Data Factory, Microsoft Azure. Okay. And other functions, SQL Server, all these are products from Microsoft. Okay. And you can see that there's two different columns for data storage. That is how wide range of data storage is available. In our company, we use all these things. So we use Postgre, we use Oracle. So something called on-premises and cloud storage. On-premises where we have physical server attached in our company, in our IT server. Cloud storage is that we just put everything in cloud, like OneDrive, but in large space. Okay, this is a data storage storage, and this is a data processing. Whatever I'm showing you, it's just a market leaders. There are 1,000 tools like this. I'm showing you just the market leaders and what we used to do in companies. Okay, data processing. Database is the upcoming thing. If you know a Databricks, if a Databricks champion, there's something called Databricks champion. For Databricks champion, you can expect at least 15 lakhs of salary. Might with the experience of Delhi, but some experience you know at least 15 lakhs of salary. And everything over there. And Python and Azure machine learning. Let's see, Microsoft Azure is the collection. If you are very good at Microsoft Azure, just update to Microsoft. Don't look for anything else. Be good at Microsoft products. Okay. So next is Power BI and Tableau. So which started first? Can you guys tell me? Tableau. Tableau is a company started way before. Different team. Named Tableau. And Tableau is now acquired by Salesforce company. Tableau is a Japanese or Chinese company. Japanese company. Japanese people have invented Tableau. Now it's been acquired by Salesforce. By the way, Salesforce is also a very good tech stack. Just what I do right now in my company right now is that we do a lot of Salesforce data migration project. Salesforce is also a data platform, a data interface. That's kind of a website interface. You check about Salesforce also. And Power BI is from when Power BI came. Power BI was not just Power BI. It's just something called SQL Server reporting service, something like that. In 2015, it was Power BI renamed as Power BI and came and joined from Microsoft SQL Server products to Power Platform products. So learn about all these things. And for last 4 years, Power BI is a market leader. Tableau is the second market leader. For last year, click, someone could click here. Yeah, click is a third from ISP problem, market leader.
Those are different from Power BI.
So Power BI our day runs around Microsoft, right? Because Microsoft can imagine a day. Your Outlook, your Hotmail, your Word, your Excel. We can use Google Sheets, but Google is not as powerful as Excel. So your day runs around Microsoft products, and Power BI is a Microsoft product. See, to build a visualization, Tableau is more and more useful.
ETL process can run in Power BI.
Yeah.
Then Tableau cannot do like data analysis.
Tableau will have multiple tools to do a process. Tableau prep.
Then
Tableau
it's better than Power BI.
One Power BI I can do everything. Extract, transform, and DCA can do it. See, I'll tell you, to build a visualization, Tableau is not. Tableau gives a lot of ease to build a visualization. To build a visual. To maintain that, to make it as an interactive dashboard, those things will be a thing. But I started my career in Tableau, and I used to get a lot of money while building a Tableau worksheets, Tableau visuals and all. To convert it as a data dashboard, that time we may feel something, some little bit complicated. But Power BI, whatever you build a report as interactive. And for maintaining a Power BI report in online, it's very easy. So business, anything in business, you should not be having a copy in your local machine. It should be in online. Power BI online is the best thing. More than Tableau. But a lot of financial banking companies, they always go for Tableau because of the easiness and the antique features. Okay, so I divided this. Just make a note of all these functions and please have a look about it. Have some basic ideas about it, basic knowledge about it. So because someone asks you what is Microsoft Azure? Azure SQL database now. Azure database is a cloud database. I think you have to know it. What do you mean by SQL Server? SQL Server can be both on-prem and cloud. So have some idea about this. These ideas will be only the basic understanding will set you apart from the cloud. Well, applying for comfort. And Python and SQL will be very strong. SQL will be very strong. So, and I'll tell you what a reading market trend is. Okay, people call you and interview for data science. They take you for data science and they'll make you to work in data engineering. These two are yes. For these two to happen, this is the biggest three problems. Without these three, you will not be functioning at all. So data engineer is the highest, sexiest job right now in the market. Data engineering is a lot of things in the mind, but it's always tool-based one, SQL-based one, Python-based one. So be very strong in Python, SQL, and tool-based thing, so you can place as a data engineer. And data engineers, it was upcoming when I was learning data science. Now it's a peak. Even with a big companies, data scientists are working as data engineers. And you have to do it. You cannot say that I'm a data scientist. Why should I work as a data engineer? You should know the data, how data engineers it. Any question on this slide? So what I suggest you is that Python is still very strong. Advanced Excel, very strong. Like without Excel, you cannot live at all. Advanced Excel, Python, SQL, and any one visualization. Any one Power BI, prefer Power BI as of now because people ask what or prefer one be an expert in any one of it. Know basics in other. And be expert in Power BI. Also know some basics in Tableau. If someone asks you to build a report, you build a report in Power BI, but if you are an expert in Power BI, build it. But if someone asks you to build a report in Tableau, you should be knowing basics to build a report. That's it. Because before getting a job as a trainer, you can learn anything. Once you got it in, I was a Tableau guy before getting into a Power BI, before getting into a company. But my company wants me to go for Power BI. I know Power BI before, so I was very comfortable with it. I learned everything. Right now, I need that business again. That's why I suggest you this. Okay. So that's it. Any questions? Or also you can always reach me in LinkedIn. And I write medium blogs. Okay. And you can email me. I also run a YouTube channel for data analytics, a lot. And I post a lot of videos on Instagram about both entertainment stuff, cinema stuff, and this is all. Okay. So I want to be myself a creator in Instagram. That's it. This is about me. This is a session. Sorry, I took a lot of time. Okay, that's all. Any questions? Anything you want to discuss about with me? I'll share it with them. Okay. You can always email any questions if you have. And reach it to mention about it. Any questions? How you guys feel in data science? You learn, how do you feel? How do you feel while learning data science? Is it fun, pressure, interesting, enthusiasm, or some pressure I have to achieve this field, that pressure? If you have any questions with the specific topics or how the real world works, you can always approach me. And it's like during placement or your job search or any Power BI questions or SQL questions, you always reach out. Because for the last 1 year, I've not worked extensively with Python. So I'm very comfortable in this is a very good straight. That's it. If you guys have any questions, I'm here, you can ask.
What will be the role of Python programming in daily routine?
See, you write some process, okay? You write some process, like you work on process. But at some point of time, that process should be automated, right? So Python around, like it will be revolves around every day for automation purposes. So you should learn Python for automation. You should learn Python for execution. There's a table in SQL. To get it in Power BI, I can get it from Power BI. For a table from here to pass it over here, how will you write? Python. Write a Python code to execute the process, automation the process. People say that either be good in SQL or Python, something like that. But let's say that you know as you're very expert in SQL, you know how to move the table around by working on Python, you're a good data engineer. That's it. So be good at Python and data engineering. Understand how to use SQL in Python, how to use Python in SQL. That is the important.
So, for example, I'll take off later. We got a data set and
Yeah.
in your client, consists of that, India has this much of, what do you say, marketplace. We got an Excel sheet. We got an Excel sheet, consists of marketplace, workforce, time, and it is being divided to, and then
Yeah.
now, in that data, when we download the data from anything, we clearly know that there are certain things are missing, which client doesn't know about it. What client, because in this is that he wants to sell certain weapons to Indian God. So, but he has some raw data which can be received from multiple organizations, something like that. And he is just posted data. And now, he has come to you, we have to tell that currently Indian government is looking into this, and we can purchase, we can sell this weapons to. Now, my question here is, do you go online, Google and search insights about that particular data which you are searching, or you will take the mathematical calculation and the statistical methods?
First, I understand why the data got missed.
Yes.
We should know, is it a human error
Yes.
or something that confidential information is what people are saying?
Yes.
If it's a confidential information, irrespective of whatever time I waste, I never get it. It's a waste of time. Second question, will I be able to reach my client for this? Will the client can help me for this? Or client can, so for me it's confidential, but client can somehow get it from them.
Yes.
I have power. I'll go there. Third thing, I understand the domain much.